Mullins, you say your ex-husband, Mr. Lamb, is an oversexed man-child whose debauched sexual fantasies have landed you in paternity conundrum. You say that after doing everything you could to save your marriage, Mr. Lamb has turned that dedication against you by denying your 3-year-old son, Preston, and you intend to prove paternity today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lamb, you say your ex-wife was a serial cheater with an insatiable sexual appetite. You maintain she took advantage of your trust and routinely cheated on you in your own home, and there is no way you are baby Preston's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Mullins, what do you mean he turned your dedication against you?
I did everything I was supposed to do. I was faithful. I never messed around on him. I never cheated on him. You know, we had a family. Our marriage wasn't that great, but I still did everything like I needed to do. And I'm just here to show him that he is the father.
And how does it feel that he's denying your baby?
I mean, it hurts, but I'm used to him denying him at this point.
Oh, that's awful. Mr. Lamb, when you look at Preston, when you look at this beautiful little baby, this little boy, you don't feel like he's yours.
She's told me out of her own mouth that I'm not the father. And
Really?
I've heard from other people that they say that he don't look like
That is a lie.
But how did she tell you that you're not the father? She's testifying today that you are the father.
Roger,
When did she tell you you weren't?
Right after he was born, Your Honor, she told me.
Take me to that day. What happened?
Keep on lying.
After he was born, she told me that she believes it was Jonathan's after the incident we had.
When he popped out, I made you apologize because he looked just like you. Do you not remember that?
No.
So let's talk about this other person in this incident. What's this incident?
So his friend moved in with us. He had a lot going on in his life.
While you were married?
Yes. It was a temporary situation. And Jason had told me that he fantasized about watching me have sex with another guy. And
oh, Mr. Lamb, your husband told you that that was his fantasy?
Yes.
Oh.
And at that point in our marriage, it was crap. I mean, it was complete crap. And so I was like, well, I mean, if this is what I need to do to try and spice things up and try to make things better, then that's what I'm going to do. Because, like, I took my vow seriously.
So how did you end up sleeping with Jonathan?
So Jason took my phone.
Wait, Mr. Lamb, that's your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
So he took my phone after he had told me about, the fantasy he had. And after, I didn't feel comfortable with it, but I finally agreed. And he took my phone and texted Jonathan and was acting like me and said something about us having a threesome. And Jonathan was like, I'm down. So.
I'm down?
Yeah.
You down, Jerome?
No.
So it was like a week or two later, one of my family members had our oldest child, and that was just the opportunity that we had taken. And we went in the bedroom, and it all started from there. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, me and Jonathan felt really uncomfortable with it. It made me feel sick to my stomach. I was just very uncomfortable. And so we stopped, and he got mad that we stopped. And
mad?
I told him, I was like, I mean, you can just finish yourself off, but I'm done with this. Like, I'm completely done with
You're gonna take an incomplete in this class.
Yes. So nobody had finished. Me and Jonathan got up, and we went in the kitchen, we made some food, we waited on Jason to come out of the bedroom, and we just kind of left it that. Me and Jonathan never talked about it again. He, on the other hand, told the whole world about it.
What?
Yes.
So you admit you had sex with your husband and the friend?
Absolutely. I did. And nobody finished, which is why you're the dad, because when we actually did have sex, he would finish. Jonathan didn't. So
Well, we know one thing's for sure. Threesomes lead to paternity court.
That is definitely true.
So, Mr. Lamb, I gotta ask you, and you gotta be honest, was it your fantasy to see your wife have sex with another man?
No, Your Honor.
Oh my gosh.
That was not.
So, how did this threesome happen? How would you agree to your wife having sex with your friend?
That didn't happen until the night that me and her was doing that. And me and her was having sex one night, and he opened the door and came in on us.
Wrong.
And he asked us if we wanted to have a threesome, and she agreed to it.
Wrong. Wrong.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
He was living with us. His mattress was in our bedroom floor. Me and him were actually having
Why
sex
did his
one time.
mattress have to be in your bedroom floor?
We had a 2-bedroom apartment. The kids was in a room, and then we put his mattress in our floor.
What about the living room? What in the world? You all had this man sleeping in the floor in your bedroom?
Yeah.
I've never heard of
Like I said, it was a temporary situation.
So, Mr. Lamb, you say you saw them kind of start flirting and you could see something developing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, if you would have been there like
What
you were
did you
supposed to,
see? What was happening?
The night I came home, they were sitting on my bed. They was like, she was leaned up on him. They was real close, and that's when I started started figuring stuff out. And that wasn't the first time.
Did you say something?
I did. I asked her what was going on. She said they was just friends. It ain't like that. And I grew up with him, so I've been close to him like family also. But that was not the only time she did it, Your Honor. She agreed after she couldn't finish to try it again, him and her.
No.
Just him and her?
Yeah, well, us
No.
all together again, Your Honor.
Well, so did you agree to this?
She said since she didn't get to finish that time that she wanted to try it again and see if it would be any better.
Oh my God, this is just a disgusting case. So the truth is there was more than one time.
Yes,
No.
Your Honor.
Absolutely not. No, and you know that is a lie.
And Mr. Lamb, you believe that your wife was having sex with Jonathan even without you.
I seen a lot of flirting at that time, so yeah, I started getting things in my head about them.
Well, maybe it's your guilty conscience for not being the husband you were supposed to be.
And
I
you
was faithful to
you believe Jonathan is Preston's biological father.
I've heard her tell me, and then other people tell me that
When did she tell you this?
right after he was born.
I did not.
Right after he was born?
Yes, because that's around that time is when she got pregnant. It was when we did the threesome.
So take me to the day you find out you're pregnant, Miss Mullins. Take me to that day, because I sure enough don't understand all this threesome.
So the day that I found out I was pregnant, he was in the bathroom in our master bedroom at the time, and I went in there and he had just got out and I met him kind of at the bed and I handed him the test and he said, well, what are we gonna do now? I said, well, I guess we're gonna have a baby. And he said, well, that's probably not mine. And from then on, it was denial the whole pregnancy, the whole 9 months. He was detached from the pregnancy. I mean, if I was hurting or, something was wrong with me, because I had a lot of complications with the pregnancy, he was there for me as his wife, but not as the mother to his future child.
And you could tell the difference.
Absolutely.
So can you tell the court how close was the threesome to the window of conception?
Within a week or two.
Okay, that's close.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell Jonathan that he was the father?
I told him the dates, and we all three sat down and calculated it all, and we were all just stumped. But I mean, like I said, me and Jonathan, our argument was that he never finished. It only lasted for 15, 20 minutes. Granted, it only takes one, but he never finished. There's no way. He's the father, and he knows he is.
So, Mr. Lamb, you've never really told this story. You've stated it twice in your testimony that Ms. Mullins told you you are not the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
When did this happen? And can you give me the specifics?
Not off the top, but I do know she has over and over told me that he is the father and that he looks like him.
That he looks like the other guy?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
She's told you this?
Yes. Countless times.
I mean, I told him there were similarities. If we get to thinking about it, yes, but there's a lot of similarities between him and Jonathan as well. So that don't mean anything. He is the father.
But if you say, I am certain that Jonathan didn't finish the act, so it has to be your baby, and I'm certain of this, it just has to be, then how do you also have conversation about, well, there's some similarities? I mean, it doesn't go.
There's always that what if, you know?
All right, so now let's get down to where we really are.
Yeah.
In the what if. So the truth is, you believe it's Mr. Lamb's baby, but there is still that what if, even if in your own mind?
Because we had unprotected sex, but I know that Jason is the father.
Understood. So, Mr. Lamb, are you still friends with Jonathan?
No, Your Honor.
You're not?
No, Your Honor.
Have you had any conversations with him?
I let him know back then that there's a chance that he was the father or I was, and we really ain't really said much about it, but.
What was his response? He was so gung-ho back then. What was he like when you said you could be the father?
He didn't like hearing it. He was against it. He don't want to be the father of the baby.
So you see how these threesomes work out.
Not good. They get you in some trouble.
So what's your relationship like with Preston, Mr. Lamb? Preston's 3.
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, as soon as he was born, you know, I was trying to be happy about it. I was there for all the doctor appointments, everything. And after he came out, and then we were trying to figure out if it was mine or not mine, then she told me it was his. Then I just went with it. Like, I felt like she knew more than I did about it.
So where's Jonathan? Does he have a relationship with Preston?
He does not. He's seen him when he was, a couple of days old. And that's about it. I mean, he held him one time, and then, me and Jonathan still talk occasionally, but nothing like that.
And he doesn't ask about Preston?
No.
Do you know where to find him if Mr. Lamb is not Preston's biological father?
Absolutely. He messaged me when I was on the way here, actually, and told me to let him know.
So he's waiting for the results, too.
Yes. If he's his, he wants to take care of him.
Is he down for being the father like he was down with the threesome?
He is. From what he says, he is. But he's not. He's Jason's child.
Do you want to be Preston's father, Mr. Lamb?
I do, Your Honor. I just want to find out for sure, though. I need to know for sure if he is mine or not mine.
All right. There's only one thing to do at this point, and that's get the results. Jerome, may I have the envelope, please? Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Mullins versus Lamb, when it comes to 3-year-old Preston Lamb, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Lamb,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are the father. You are the father. That's your beautiful little boy. That's your son. I see tears in your eyes, Mr. Lamb. What are you feeling?
Sad.
Can you explain to the court what kind of sadness do you feel?
I missed a lot, and I won't make it up.
3 years. I see your tears too, Miss Mullins. What are you feeling?
Happy that the truth is finally out there. And then I can quit being made out to some bad person saying that that's not his child.
Looking back, do you regret having the threesome?
Absolutely, I regretted it the day we did it, and I told him this. But like I said, I was trying to save what was left of a marriage because I took my vow seriously.
I have never seen that work. Every time I see a couple get to a place where they decide they're going to invite somebody else in their bed to spice it up or make it better, you know, I always say it's like sex is not a game. It is not better with more people like Monopoly, right? Mr. Rich,
Go back up.
you came here to get an answer.
I have not called him lately.
I don't care, man.
I mean, hey,
calm
phone tells it all.
Shit.
Calm down.
Your Honor,
Calm
that was
down.
a nice speech. That was a nice speech, but that's all it was, a speech.
Sloppy,
if Leanne could have had it her way and now one of us know, we wouldn't be here today.
At the end of the day, you
How
a
long you
liar. I've
pregnant?
been telling you this since I was pregnant.
would that
I've been telling you I need a DNA test since I was pregnant.
No,
At the end of the day, it's all coming out today.
I told you I wanted a
Can we just bring
DNA
on the next
test.
person?
And you say,
Listen.
Honestly, I'm ready to get this all out now.
Listen.
I'm tired.
I told
Miss
you.
Holman, Miss Holman,
Yes.
look at me. Look at me. I see you breaking down. That's okay.
Truth coming out.
I
Not about
no,
the truth.
listen.
I'm not a bad
listen.
person. I do bad things.
Look at
There's
me.
a difference.
Look at me. You've admitted to where you've gone wrong, and you've also allowed us to see a little piece of what your real heart is. You think we don't know you are confused and just out there riding on a wing and a prayer? I'm here with you and for you. Mr. Rich, I am so happy you turned around and came back. And I do want you to understand, I know how painful this is for you. I don't want you to get so angry that then you become the person you know you aren't. You have come in here with honor, maturity. You have shown a level of unconditional love that everybody in here wish they could have. And in that testimony, she said, you are a great man, and she's never known a man as good as you, so much so that she didn't think she was good enough for you. That's the part. Just stick with us, okay? We're gonna get through this. So, Ms. Holman and Mr. Drumgold, throughout the testimony, it came out that there were other possible fathers.
Correct.
Can you tell me about these other possible fathers?
Well, just like with Mr. Rich, I told him I didn't remember whether we were together around the time of September, which was around his birthday time. Mr. Matthews was the same thing. The only difference with this is Mr. Rich knew about him. Mr. Rich did not know about Matthews.
All right. Well, Mr. Matthews is here, and I'd like to hear from him. Jerome, will you please escort Mr. Matthews into the courtroom?
Sir, let me go. You a
Calm down. Mr. Rich, calm down. Calm down. Just take a
It
deep
is what
breath.
it is,
Listen,
though.
you want the truth? That's what I'm trying to get for you, but you gotta let me get it. You want to know, I'm giving you the truth, but you've gotta sit through and you've gotta listen. We cannot go to a better place
Man, I
with
could have
any
made a
of this.
list.
Listen, we here now and we gonna get through this. We can't get to the other side. We cannot get to the other side unless we go through. We're going through. Mr. Matthews, thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
We've heard significant testimony today as we begin to discuss the paternity of baby Alani. I'd like to understand what your relationship was with Ms. Holman. She said she was intimate with you as well during the window of time when Alani was conceived.
Yes, ma'am.
And you agreed to
What?
that.
Yes, ma'am. She keep lying about that.
Mr. Rich, calm down.
Yes, ma'am.
I can see how uncomfortable this makes you. And I would like for you to take this opportunity while I hear the rest of the testimony to go and speak with Dr. Jeff. And I will never allow you to sit here and act out of your character or make yourself look bad, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right? You may be excused. Mr. Matthews, I'd like to ask you a few questions concerning the nature of your relationship with Ms. Holman.
Okay.
Can you tell the court, how did you meet? How long have you been in a relationship?
Well, I met Mrs. Holman probably about 4 years ago. I met her through Facebook, and we hung out, and we clicked. And then down four, we had sexual relationships, on and on.
When did the sexual relationship start?
I can't recall. I just know that it's a possibility that I could be the baby's father because we were on and off, you know.
And so you've had an ongoing sexual relationship with Ms. Holman for the past 4 years?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you believe you could be Alani's biological father?
Yes, ma'am. And I was taking her to a couple of her doctor's appointments for the baby.
So you went to doctor's appointments as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to be her biological father?
I mean, if I am, I'll accept it as my own, because I don't think our friendship will never end.
So you also are in love with Ms. Holman?
To a certain extent, yeah.
What? Out of him, Rich, I know her. Meaning, this ain't it. Like, us three ain't it. I also know she's not gonna change. But for her to simply say, for her to still tell me that I'm supposed to be the only one, and
y'all wouldn't have gotten
three of us in here,
them,
and she's still saying that, look, I respect her, boy, if she just say, look, at the end of the day, I really don't know. Instead of just saying, oh, it's his. Like, you know what I mean? Let you tell it, I ain't nothing. But yet you want this baby to be mine.
Okay, now granted, have I been with all three of these men? Yes. How do you know there's only these three men? Because I gave them these three men name. This is my truth. Here it is. It's ugly. Now I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Exactly.
Period.
Your Honor,
Exactly.
what I'm saying is it boils down to
Exactly.
this. She said, that was a good speech.
No.
The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. None of them will be here if you were sure. None of them will be here if
None
it
of us
wasn't a
will be here.
possibility.
None of us had multiple sex partners, bro. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. How many sins you got, bro? Go ahead.
We're here for
Go
yours.
ahead. We're here for hours.
We're here for
bro.
yours.
We're here for hours.
We're here for
She's
yours.
hours.
My thing is,
Go ahead.
don't
Can we
keep
go with the
saying
result?
there's no
Can we go
possibility
with
that it couldn't be mine. That's my
Mr.
thing.
Drumgold, Mr. Drumgold,
Yes.
I think you have now entered that space where you're so angry because you feel like because she's saying she really believes it's your baby, it's almost as if you are unwilling to hear the true layers within her testimony. That at the end of the day, there is more than one possible father.
No.
So just stop.
Okay.
Stop grasping on to this thing that she believes that Alani's your baby. What she's saying is, from the dates that everybody gave me, from what I came home with the doctor, when I do the math, it adds up that I was with Mr. Drumgold. I hear everything you're saying. I hear all of your testimony.
What date, though? It was 2 different dates, so what date is she referring to?
Let's find out from Ms. Holman. Which dates are you referring to?
I'm referring to the end of September to the beginning to the middle of October.
That's when you're saying
That's when I conceived.
you conceived.
That was the actual date they gave me from, not only from the ultrasound, but from the size and estimate of the baby at my ultrasound. That's how they came up with the exact date and time. And from there, yes, I have been going bits and pieces of telling them, because let's be real, this ain't something easy you can just come out and tell somebody. I mean, this is not something easy. I'm not proud of anything that I've done, but at the same time, I'm justified, because at the end of the day, now one of them was in a relationship with me.
But did
So
you
at the
ever
end of the
stop
day-
and think, why is that?
Who are you talking?
That's the thing. How
Ms.
you ever stop
Holman,
and think,
listen,
why?
Ms. Holman,
I'm trying to direct my questions to you.
and I'm looking right at you and I'm listening. I want you to know I hear you. and I see you, and I value you. You matter.
She do. Like,
We got to start changing the words you hear. We got to start changing who we surround ourselves with. We got to speak love, purpose, and grace over our lives, over ourselves. If you got to look in the mirror every morning and say, I am worth it, you have to tell yourself. You have to encourage yourself. Do you understand me? It's not easy. You're not the only woman out here in the fight, or man. Every day we wake up and we have to remind ourselves, you worth it. I slept with this guy on Thursday, you still worth it. I slept with this guy on Friday, you still worth it. I lied to this guy on Sunday, you still worth it. I came up short over here, you still worth it. You're still worth it. You're still worth it. You hear me? Whether Mr. Drumgold, Mr. Matthews, Mr. Rich, whether any of them are the father or they're not, you still worth it.
know that.
Time to break free. Okay? And that's why we're here. That's why we don't just have this court case. That's why we have Dr. Jeff standing by, because you just don't do this 1, 2, 3. Are you ready for the results?
Yes, I am.
Let's get them. Drum. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. The first envelope is for Mr. Rich. In the case of Holman versus Drumgold and Rich, when it comes to 2-month-old Alani Holman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Rich is not the father. The next result is for Mr. Matthews. In the case of Holman versus Drumgold and Rich, when it comes to 2-month-old Alani Holman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Matthews, you are not the father. It seems like you were surprised, Mr. Matthews.
I am. But, you know.
Somewhere deep inside you thought you were.
Yes, ma'am.
It's important, I'd like to say, that even though you are not the father, I do not want you to take this out on Ms. Holman, to start a negative cycle of abusive language and comments because of your disappointment. We are here today going through all of this for a purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's so we can turn a page and help lift her up.
Yes, ma'am.
These results are for Mr. Drumgold. In the case of Holman versus Drumgold and Rich, when it comes to 2-month-old Alani Holman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Drumgold, you are the father.
Exactly.
Don't go there, Miss Holman. Don't go there.
At the end of the day, I just wanted to know.
And why do you have the tears? Is it because you feel like you've missed things in her life, or you feel like...
That, and it shouldn't have had to come to this.
Ms. Holman, your back is turned and your body language is off. If you turn and shift your focus, you see that Mr. Drumgold has very real tears of hurt, because he knows what he did. He knows he wasn't there. He will have to explain why he wasn't there. You might have to explain it as well, that we were in a situation right back then. But everything worked out because we got the answers. And once I knew you were my little girl, I cried tears of joy and I smiled. Right? You got to get through this ugly stuff to get to the better part.